biggest weather challenge we might encounter is fog. Yep, the smoke from the Smoky Mountains can envelop the summit of Clingmans Dome and have us hiking through a cloud. Though that's kind of fun, I'm hoping we're looking at the fog.
Hey, how's it going? It's OutdoorVector here again. We're continuing our series on the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and this is going to be our last day in the park, unfortunately. We actually entered the park differently this time, through a road called Ware Cove Gap Road from Wares Valley. And we drove south on this road and then turned to the east on another road called Little River Gorge Road. This road actually runs parallel to the Little River and is really scenic, and we made that southeasterly journey along this road until we went east to the Sugarlands Visitor Center. From there we head southeast down to Newfound Gap and then southwest to Clingmans Dome, and then turned around and made our way back. When we came back, we stopped by the Sugarland Visitor Center and then made our way out of the park through the Gatlinburg Bypass Road. When we actually got to Clingmans Dome, we were unable to make the hike up to the dome itself, mainly because it was raining quite hard when we got there. Though it was nice still to stop at the Newfound Gap overlook, and that was before the weather had really rolled in, and so it was nice to take in those views. I wanted to take a moment to talk about this app that we were using while we were driving through the park. It's called Gypsy Guide. Basically, you download it onto your phone and have it running while you're driving through the park. And it's basically like having a tour guide in your car, because it'll tell you little stories, facts, history of the park while you're driving through it. It was really neat because it'll tell you about some places to stop where you normally may have just driven by. Anyway, I'm not sponsored by them in any way, but I just thought it was a really cool app to use. As I was mentioning earlier, we drove in on Ware Cove Gap Road and then turned to the southeast on Little River Gorge Road. And as you can see, the road runs parallel to the Little River and crosses over it once. You can also see there's numerous pull-out parking areas that you can stop at. You want to take advantage of these pull-outs and take a closer look at the Little River. Driving up to Clingmans Dome.
We'll find ourselves catching sight of twin spires of stone rising out of the trees. Those are called chimney tops. And it's pretty easy to see how they got their name from this angle. Chimney tops appear on many a Smoky Mountains calendar and thousands of Instagram feeds.
Exposed rock? Is it like that?
Yes.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Sometimes they drift a little as the curve is tighter and longer than the driver expects. The road engineers had to help the road climb up a steep area, but they didn't have any more room to make the road longer. So the solution was this: a road that circles and lifts over itself.
Corkscrew Road. It's kind of interesting. As you drive past your view of the chimney tops, you'll approach also the parking for the Alum Cave Bluffs trailhead. This is a really popular trail in the park, so you may have some difficulty finding parking.
Ahead on the left is the parking area for Newfound Gap. You can't miss it.
Newfound Gap overlook.
My sister and I like to rock climb and I don't think they manage. Oh, okay. As long as you don't fall. Oh, yeah. It's kind of cold up here, guys.
A little bit. Whoa, look at this beauty.
Here's the right turn for Clingmans Dome coming up quickly after the bend. If we want to drive to Cherokee now, just stay straight. Well, great. Looks like we're going to go see Clingmans Dome. Great choice. We'll follow this ridge for 7 miles to the parking area. To Clingmans Dome first. I'll just hang on until we drive back to the house.
We're driving through the clouds.
The temperature is going to be noticeably cooler here than it was at the foot of the mountain. That's because the temperature drops about 3 degrees for every 1,000 feet rise in elevation. At the top of Clingmans Dome, we'll be about 5,000 feet higher than both Gatlinburg, Tennessee or Cherokee, North Carolina. And that means the temperature is about 15 degrees cooler. And that's great, especially on the hottest days of the year. But there's always a but, right? But with that elevation, we can encounter some unpredictable weather up here too.
As we approached this last part of the drive up to Clingmans Dome, the weather really started to roll in and started raining a lot. It's kind of interesting because it's like you're driving through the fog, but at the same time, it's like you're driving through a cloud.
Oh man.
So because of the weather, we actually didn't take the hike up to the observation point at Clingmans Dome. From what I hear, the climb is actually a bit steep, even though it's a paved surface. And the trail is about a half-mile long, but it does have some benches along the way in case you need to take a stop and a break while you're making the trek up. Well, perhaps someday we'll make it back to Clingmans Dome and actually go up to the observation point to see the clear views. So this marks the end of our trip to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Leave me a comment below on some of the other areas of the park to visit, and hopefully the next time we're out here, we'll get a chance to stop by those areas. Until next time, have a great time outdoors.